Yay, I'm so excited it finally started working. It's taken me like 20 minutes just to get this technology up and moving. Love technology, but very frustrating sometimes. All right, here we go. 46, here's what we are doing on this problem. We have 2x squared minus 2x minus 12. First thing that we want to do that I see is to factor out a 2, and I'm left with x squared minus x minus 6 equals 0. That is a diamond problem. -6, -1, 2, -3, x. Again, if you have questions on this, please come see me. I know I'm going through it like warp speed here. But here's what we end up with. 2 times x plus 2 times x minus 3 equals 0. Now, you can divide this 2 out, and you get x plus 2 times x minus 3 equals 0. Remember, zero product property says we can set each of these equal to 0 and solve. So to get x by itself here, we subtract 2. And to get x by itself in this one, we add 3. Finito. Okay, next. Moving very quickly because I have 10 minutes to get the last few problems done. I can do it. I can do it. I kind of have to do it because we're running out of time here. Okay, here we go. 47. Now, 4n squared equals -60 minus 32n. Okay, so here we go. With this problem, the way you can tell which procedure you're supposed to use is by looking at the variables that you're given. So in this one, we have an n squared and an n, which means we want to get everything to one side and 0 to the other and then factor it. If we only have an n, or a variable, singular variable by itself, nothing squared, then it's just get that variable to one side, everything else to the other. All right, so here we go. We're going to add 32n, and we're going to add 60 all in one swoop. So we have 4n squared plus 32n plus 60 equals 0. Okay, fortunately for us, we can factor a 4 out of everything, and we're left with n squared plus 8n plus 15 equals 0. That is a diamond. 15, 8, 5, 3, n, n. And we get 4 times, and now we're back to the same thing almost exactly as the last problem. Different numbers and all of that, but same process. If you divide the 4 out first, then you're good. Okay, n plus 5 equals 0, n plus 3 equals 0, and then getting these by themselves, oops, -3, -5, doot, doot, n equals -5, and n equals -3. Ta-da! All right, moving at warp speed. 2 problems in 2 minutes. Ooh, 3 minutes almost. Okay. 48, we've got 3 over n squared plus 2n equals 2 over n squared plus 2n plus 1 over n plus 2. Okay, so remember, this is solving a rational equation. The first thing that I want to do here is actually factor out these denominators. So I can factor out an n from both of them. Okay, so what I'm left with is n times n plus 2. Now, on each side of the equal sign, we want to combine anything so that we have one fraction on the left and one fraction on the right. Well, on the left, we already have one fraction, so we don't need to do anything to that. So we can leave it as, whoops, do this color, you guys can't see it otherwise, 3 over n times n plus 2. But on the right-hand side, right now, if we look at these, they both have an n plus 2, but this one is missing an n. So that's what we're going to do, is multiply by n. All right, so I'm going to do this all in one giant step. Again, if I'm going too fast, just make notes, come in, ask me questions. All right, 2 plus 1 times n is, this 1 times n is 1n. And again, if we want to put this in one giant fraction, now that they both have the same denominators, we end up getting 2 plus n. All right, so here we go. What we want to do next, now that we have one fraction on the left and one fraction on the right, is we want to cross multiply. So on the left, remember, don't multiply these out yet. On the left, we have 3 times n plus 2. And on the right, we have n times n plus 2 times 2 plus n. Now remember, the reason we don't want to multiply them out is because if I look on both sides, we can divide an n times n plus 2 out. They cancel out, they cancel out, they cancel out, they cancel out, and we're left with 3 equals 2 plus n. To get n by itself, we can subtract 2 from both sides. Whoops, I'm running out of space here. So we get n equals 1. So don't make more work for yourself than you absolutely have to. Not a good thing to do. Okay, last two. We are down to the wire here. Y equals negative 6/5 x minus 3. Okay. 6/5 x minus 3. Negative 6/5 x minus 3. That's really hard for me to say. 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're drawing a graph. Okay, put a couple more in here. All right, start with the y-intercept. That's the first thing. Y-intercept in this one is negative 3. So on the y-axis, we are going down 3. I'm putting a dot there. Let's make sure you all can see that. Okay, so down 1, 2, 3, put a dot. That's our first point. Then if the slope is negative 6/5, slope is negative 6/5, that means from the point that we just put on here, which is this one, if it's rise over 1, we go down 6 and right 5. So down 6 and right 5 from this point. So down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oop, and that is our other one. And then we connect those with a line. So you're looking for the one that matches that, which happens to be A. Okay, last problem. Last problem. Yay for us. That did not take too long. Okay, y is less than negative 4/3 x minus 8, and y is less than 8/3 x plus 4. I'm going to go through this once again very quickly because we have gone through this at length already in class multiple times. So if you have any questions, you have to come see me. Have to. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, for the love, I'm going to have to continue that a little bit. All right, so here we go. So we're going to graph the lines first. And in order to graph them, we're doing the same process that we did in the last problem, which was start with the y-intercept. In the first one, it's negative 8, so we go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that is our first point. Sorry, I know that's down really far. And then the slope of this one is negative 4/3. So from here, we go down. Oh, okay, I'm going to have to move my thing up here. If it's negative 4/3 is the slope, we go down 1, 2, 3, 4, and right 3. Put a dot. Now, because it is only less than, then that means we connect these with a dashed line. If it was less than or equal to, meaning it had an underline here, then it would be a solid line. Okay, so y is less than. Logically, if we're thinking less than, and we have two choices, less than means either below the line or above. Less than, logically, we think, I hope, we all think, down. And if not, come on in. We'll have a discussion about logic. Okay, next. Y is less than 8/3 x plus 4. Okay, so we have a y-intercept of 1, 2, 3, 4. Then a slope of 8/3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go up a little bit. And to the right, 3. And again, we've got a slope, it's just less than, not less than or equal to, so we have a dashed line here. Dashed. Less than again, that's downward. And the area where all of the arrows point directly towards each other or in between the lines, if we look, that area is down here. You see how they all sort of line up? So you're shading right there. All right, so we are finito. Happy studying, you guys. I know you're going to do great. And don't forget, there may be extra credit involved if you have complete solutions, which you all have just seen on YouTube. So no excuses. Study, study, study.